There are cool aunties and then there are aunties. There are cool uncles and then there are uncles. Now, which auntie or uncle do you want to be? You're probably wondering what makes a cool auntie and what makes a auntie or uncle. Simple! The quality and the kind of gifts you get to gift to the children in your life. Of course, we're getting into a holiday season and we're constantly visiting families, many of them with children. And you don't want to be that auntie or that uncle that comes empty handed. You're not going to be any of that. You are going to be a cool auntie or cool uncle because you are not just gifting what every other auntie and uncle are gifting, but you are going to be gifting the gift of wellness. That's what makes a cool auntie, and that's what makes a cool uncle, and that's who you are. So, in this video, I'm going to be telling you how to start to gift first, how to start to think the gift of wellness, and then how to start to give the gift of wellness. Because the truth is, with every gift, you're either gifting wellness or sickness. Which would you rather be? I bet you choose wellness. So let's delve in. Shalom, shalom, people. Welcome to the Save the Children. I almost always want to say podcast. We're coming to podcast, but for now, it's the YouTube channel hosted by me, Eziaha Bolaji Olaja. I'm a certified health mindset coach and a habits coach. And recently, the author of the Wellness Champions book. Listen, do you have a copy? If you don't have a copy, block me. This book is a weapon. It is going to push back the junk pandemic and it's going to fight the global health crisis that's affecting children. Literally, it's going to save the children, which is where the name of our YouTube channel now comes from. But when we think children, we're not just thinking children by age, we're also thinking children at heart, those of us that feel young at heart, and most importantly, children of God. So that includes you. So welcome to my YouTube channel. Like I said, in this video, we are going to be talking about gifting the gift of wellness, especially when it comes to the beautiful children in your life. Now, the holidays are coming, but I don't want us to think only the Christmas holidays. Let's think holidays in general, or just generally life, where you have to visit with your friend, your colleague, your neighbor, and they have children. Because you are a correct auntie now, you cannot just come empty handed. You have to buy something. But here's what a lot of people that are not cool do. They enter the supermarket or a store, and the first thing they're thinking is biscuit, sweets, candy, chocolates, pizza, ice cream, puff puff, all those funny things. Drinks, oh, that's the one that upsets me the most. Those drinks are just like poison, literally. So that's what we think. A lot of people think. Because you think that's what children like, you think that's what children need, you think that's the norm. But I want to challenge you today to start to think differently when it comes to gifting children anything. And think wellness or sickness. And then you ask yourself, this gift that I'm giving this child, is it going to perpetuate wellness for this child, or is it going to perpetuate sickness for this child? Because with every gift, you're either gifting wellness or you are gifting sickness. And I know it sounds like, oh, this is a bit too deep now. Which one is sickness again? But that's the truth. And I have to really say it as it is. That's the truth. Because every time you walk into the supermarket and then you go and then you get like biscuits and sweets and all the sugary things and all the things, it's actually sickness. In fact, the first thing I want you to do is to change your mindset about gifts. Somehow, this is what has been forever. Like literally, this was passed on to us like this. When you're visiting a child, you buy biscuits now, sweets, that's just the way it has been. But I want you to stop and decide that this madness stops now. Because You're thinking, I've not seen these children in a while, or I can't just go empty-handed, or I mean, I know that they eat healthy there, or I know that they should eat healthy, but it's just once in a while now, like it's not a big deal. Let me tell you the problem with that kind of thinking and why you should stop thinking that way. Because everybody is thinking that way. So there's an auntie coming, there's an uncle coming, there's a grandma coming, there's a neighbor coming, there's a colleague coming, all to this same house. And everybody's thinking biscuit, sweet, chocolate, candy, pizza, ice cream. Everyone is thinking the same way. So it's not just you. So it means that, especially during the holidays, everybody that visits the children, everybody that visits a family with home brings junk food. So what you're thinking, it's just me, now it's not a big deal. It's not just you, it is many, 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 many yous that are not stopping to think, is this gift a gift of wellness or is it a gift of sickness? Which is why you have to be the cool one and the different one. You literally have to decide and draw a line in the sand and say, with me, it's going to be different. First, with your children, because I will still come to parents. When we talk about children, we're also talking about the parents of the children, right? But then again, I'm speaking first to those of us who visit families with children. Please change your mindset. When you go into the supermarket, go with that wellness sickness, wellness sickness, wellness sickness, wellness sickness. And as you pick up anything, ask, is this wellness or is this sickness? Just that simple mindset shift, those questions you got to ask yourself, just those, I'm telling you, is a game changer. Because you'll be careful what you put in the basket. You'll be careful what you put in the trolley. You'll be careful what you put in the bag. And that's my goal. Now you're probably wondering, what again do I give to them? Like, is there how the children are going to have any fun? How would they know that I'm cool? Like I already told you, the cool ones are gifting the gift of wellness. In fact, let me tell you, the first thing you want to gift every child in your life is this book. This book is what you want to gift them, because inside this book, I promise you, this book has been packed with so much power. It has been prayed over so much. But I tell you, as your children, as these children read the book, because listen, let me before I go to the book, you know, WHO, the United Nations, UNICEF, Center for Disease Control. I'm just tired of looking at all those stats, because statistics aside, just take a look at the children around you. Just as you maybe go to church, schools, you see that there are many overweight and obese children. And I know that this can be a little sensitive, like, oh, why talk about a child's weight? But the truth is that we have to talk about it because of the health challenges that they're facing. So it's increasing childhood obesity, type 2 diabetes, heart diseases, all of these conditions that are caused by diet, particularly junk food. So it's not just junk food, it's sickness. It's not just junk food, it's literally death. So don't just think, I'm just showing them love, I just brought biscuits and that. No, because there are many people bringing the same thing, so you need to stop. But don't just stop, you have to start to educate people. That's why I want you to please share this video so that people can see this holiday, let us gift wellness. Like I said, what do I give them if I'm not giving them biscuits and sweets and all those things? This book, you will give it to every child you do. You will give it to every child that you visit with. You make sure every family has a copy of it. Because as the children read it, because first of all, it's written in the language, it's written like, you literally can relate so much. So as they read it, something starts to shift in their heads. And they're asking questions. I talk about labels. They're checking labels. They're checking for preservatives. They're asking, is this real food? Your children literally get educated as a result of this book. I saw a child literally pick up the junk he was eating and throw it away because it's like, no, I am a wellness champion. I shouldn't be eating this. So that's an example. You can gift the gift of the Wellness Champions book. And there are other things you can also give. Number one, think play. Children love play, and there's a time for play. So children want to play outside, children want to play within the home. How can you help them play within the home? And I'm talking physical exercise, physical, like things that make them sweat, move their bodies. So you can think of a skipping rope, you can think of a hula hoop, you can think of various kinds of balls. I love that there are different kinds of balls these days. And the truth is that once your mindset has shifted from biscuits, sweets, candy, ice cream, you open up literally a world of possibilities. So when you enter the supermarket, you see other things that the child can enjoy playing with. physical exertion, like the good kind, that the child will play, and go and sleep. You will see it. You see like running shoes. You see things that can help them run faster, things that can help them jump. You see those indoor basketball hoops. There are things, oh, I promise you, there are things in this life that you can gift them. They're thoughtful, they will last longer. The thing about junk food is that they'll eat it, the body will expel it, but the effect of it stays long after. So it's not even worth it. And it's a robber. It steals from the children. When you gift all of that, they play, they're excited. And let me tell you, motion is lotion. You know how lotion helps your body, be smooth and everything. Motion, exercise is like lotion for the muscles and for the internal, everything that's going on within you. So when we give the children things that make them burn energy, it's a gift indeed. It's a gift of wellness. You also want to think educational play. All those Scrabble, snake and ladder, gender. There are many things. Monopoly. Like children can literally play these things. Cards. There are so many games. Like there are card games, there are board games, there are plenty games that you gift them that even encourages family time. People can bond within the home as they play. They bond with their parents, they bond with their siblings. That family will be thanking you well. Recently we introduced that to my home and it's so fun trying to find the bull's eye because that bull's eye it's not available. But we just keep trying and it bonds us together. There are many games, there are many educational games. Then of course you can give books. Books are amazing. Books just open the brain. And then books are just such a great alternative for screen time, even though this video is not about screen time. But really, less screen, more dream. Every time that you reduce the screen time your children have, especially for play, and you give them books to read, books like, and other books, as they read it, the brain is getting stimulated. They're coming up with ideas. They're getting creative. And you have children who are really more intelligent than just watching a screen. But this is not about screen. What screen does to the mind, junk does to the body. That's why I had to bring it in. So you see, really where my heart is that I want you to start to think differently about gifts. This Christmas, this holiday, even after, even before we get there, ask yourself, am I gifting the gift of wellness? Do I want to be a cool aunt, a cool grandma, a cool grandfather? There are many other options, but we've just chosen the easy one that has just been for a long time, sweet and biscuit and all that. So of course, something else you can gift them would be edibles, because you don't want to go and carry edible things, right? Yes, you can now go for, since you have money, because even all those junk food are now very expensive. If you live in Nigeria, because of the FX rate, all of them are imported, so they're now really expensive. Something that used to be maybe 1,500 naira can be as much as 4,000 naira now, 5,000. But we don't complain so much when it comes to those. However, when apple moves from 100 naira to 250, we're like, fruits are expensive, fruits are expensive. It's a mindset. It's a mindset, because the biscuits and the chocolate and the pizza and the ice cream, they're very expensive too. So now convert that money and buy fancy fruits. Buy like the strawberries, buy like the blueberries, because we actually have them. Buy like the kiwis, grapes, buy apples, buy the fancy oranges, the fancy tangerine. Like buy all those things because you have money. Then you can buy nuts, you can buy dried fruits. Those are still things that are exciting. The children will enjoy eating them. And then their bodies will thank you for it. So don't just say, fruits are expensive. Junk is more expensive. I know, because I do these market surveys. It's just the mindset. We just think fruits must stay at 50 naira. Oranges must still be 50 naira. The moment it moves from 50 to 150, we start screaming. But the same sausages that you used to buy for 500 move to 2,500 and you're still buying it. You see, it's a mindset shift. But please, let me end the way I started. Are you a cool auntie, or are you an auntie that is not cool? Are you a cool uncle, or are you an uncle that is not cool? We don't want uncool and all the thumbs down aunties and uncles anymore. We are only rolling with, and we are only chilling with, and we are only letting in cool aunties and uncles into our homes, the ones that are gifting us the gift of wellness. So please, be a cool auntie, be a cool uncle, and gift the gift of wellness. Okay, I'll see you in my next video, but I want to hear from you. Put it in the comment section. Listen, how did this video impact you? Are you cool? Have you been like uncool before, but now you're going to be cool? What gift are you really going to go first with? Like, okay, I think I'll just buy books, or I'll buy, educational toys or whatever. Let me know what decision you are going to be making from this. And if you need, of course you should need it, a copy of the Wellness Champions book. you want to call the number you can see on the screen below. And if you're international, you can get it on Amazon. We have copies to give away, and if you're getting more than 10 copies, you get a discount too, because every hamper, every gift, and every visit should be with the Wellness Champions book. I'll see you in my next video. Until then, keep gifting the gift of wellness and keep living in the shalom shalom of God, because that prayer of shalom shalom, which is the perfect peace of God, contains all of the prayers. God bless you.
Let's come back to the studio now. We have joining us a certified health coach who is, her name is Ezeaha Bolaji Olojo. Did I try with Ezeaha?
You try. I'll give you like a 9/10, which is really good.
Thank you.
I'm feeling rather generous this morning.
Okay, it's good. It's good to be generous. We're happy to have you. We're talking about the gift of wellness.
Such a gift, wellness, because there are options. We can gift sickness or we can gift wellness. What would you rather you're gifted?
Of course, you know my answer.
Of course, wellness. So whether we're talking of children or adults, especially as we're going into a celebratory season. Christmas is coming. We're really excited about it. So we're going to be showing our love. We're going to be giving gifts. And I'm really shouting about this message, that as we give gifts, let us perpetuate wellness. In addition to the fun and everything, that as we're showing love, let's take a moment and think, am I gifting wellness or am I gifting sickness? Because the truth is, there's a pandemic out there. The hospitals are flooded. The international bodies are making noise. Everybody, in fact, I was trying to check the statistics because I like to check, I like to be up to date. And it gets worse. In fact, let's just say it gets worse.
Statistics of what particular one?
So the statistics of diet-related health challenges. So we're talking of heart conditions, we're talking of obesity, which is not just about size. It's actually a health condition. It's actually a sickness. You know, we're talking about cardiovascular diseases, all of that. Especially for children, it keeps rising. So I'm saying now that when we give people gifts, as we go into this season of joy and celebration, it doesn't end here. How about we change the culture of constantly, you know how we just have hampers and all kinds of things are inside. And every time we give gifts, we're actually expressing love. So now I'm saying, bring a bit more mindfulness to the love and say, okay, if I have a hamper, how can I put wellness into the hamper? If I'm visiting family with children, instead of what most people would normally do, we would go to, the aisle of the supermarket that has all the sugary biscuits and drinks and all the things. That's what we do because we think it's love. But I'm saying now, let's rethink it. Think wellness. How can I gift wellness? And once we get ourselves to that mindset, you start to see a world of other alternatives. Because sometimes we think that's all we have. Like, I have to show love in this way, but there are other ways to show love, and that's really what I'm championing in this season.
I want you to break it down a bit.
Okay.
So you don't want to go down the aisle with all the sugary stuff or stuff you're going to put in your beautiful hamper. So what aisles are you going to go down? What kind of things are you going to put in this hamper?
Okay, so now I'll talk about children, then I'll talk about adults.
Yeah.
So for children, you want to think play.
Okay.
We want to think play.
Toys.
Because yes, when we give gifts of probably junk food and unhealthy stuff, it happens and then it's over. In quotes, we think it's over. They eat it and that's it. But the body doesn't forget. The body keeps the score. And when we just think, oh, it's just this auntie, it's just this uncle, it's just this friend, the truth is that it can compound quickly. However, if we're thinking stuff like play, what do kids want to play with? So you want to go down the play aisle and get them something. And then it doesn't have to be a lot. It can be one significant, memorable gift that they'll be thinking about and using and enjoying months later. You also want to think educational play too, because there's the play that is, like go outside, play, things they can move around and jump. I mean, kids love to. We don't have the privilege of having a lot of kids outside these days, but there are moms like myself who are insisting that no, our kids must still go outside. They're not going to just be with a screen all through. So what would take them outside? When you go into that supermarket with a changed mindset, you would then start to see the things that take them outside. Then think in terms of educational play too, because yes, you could give books, the real educational stuff, but there's educational play where you're thinking games that cause them to think. I mean, you know, kids, when we're growing up, we would play things like Scrabble, Ludo, all the things that even bring families together. And if Christmas is a season, and not just Christmas, generally, family time is important these days. I mean, if we're going to get the love within the family, let's get it. So if we get all the gifts that cause them to play together, Scrabble, Ludo, darts, Jenga, there's so many games, but sometimes we're just thinking, I just want to get them this biscuit and this chocolate, and that's what makes them happy. But no. So if we're now talking about adults, come on, we can even choose to ask the adults, how can I gift you something? We can't just go with this is hamper. You know, this is what we do at Christmas, we give hampers. If I want to look at Lady Alera, for example, if she's my friend, someone I relate with, I can tell what she needs at Christmas. And or Christmas or her birthday, because we're talking gifts. And I can look at her and be like, Lady Alera loves to wear her glasses, and maybe we can get something else that we think she would enjoy in that. And I can look at you and I'll say, okay, I love this dress on her. Can I get a tailor to do something like this for her? Do you see, I'm giving you something that would stay with you for a long time without harming your body. Because it's quite becoming a pandemic where every time we think of gifts, we're thinking food, but we're not even thinking the healthy stuff. And now,
is there a way we can balance this?
Okay, what does balance mean?
Okay, so we're not just focusing on all of those things that you mentioned. We just want to spice things up with, because whether you like it or not, when it's festive season, we like to let our hairs down and, you know, just relax and sometimes indulge.
So yes, because yes, you can balance it. But my point is, every one of us, I don't know that everybody is thinking balance when they're giving you a gift. You know, this person is giving, this person is giving, this person is giving. The onus now, it's on you to decide that, okay, this is where it stops. Like, I'm not going to, so if, for example, people are gifting my kids, stuff like that, I can put the brakes in and say, okay, because that auntie doesn't know what this auntie has given, and this auntie doesn't know what that uncle has given, and this friend doesn't know. So we can think, oh, this person is thinking balance. They're not all thinking. So before you know it, it's a pandemic in your home. It's like, boom, all of these are in your home. So I'm even saying we can go a step further and have a conversation with aunties and say, hey, my kid would love this. If you're thinking of giving my kids gifts, they would love this. And even when you're giving food gifts, because I believe food gifts are important, think of food, you know, like real food. Real food. So I don't even want to call it real food.
Nourishment.
Thank you. Think nourishment. So, okay, now we talk about how fruits are really expensive. So think about maybe like berries, strawberries. Those things are boom, boom, boom.
Please don't use that, because we don't grow them here, please.
Oh, we grow them in the north.
Strawberries?
Yes, we have them in the north, yes.
I don't think I've ever seen any Nigerian grown strawberries.
From Jos. So there are some fruits that are quite exotic, they're expensive. But I think that we sometimes bring the expensive mindset to fruits, but we don't mind paying that much for a biscuit. Because also, these biscuits have become more expensive.
Yes.
With the dollar.
Yes,
everything has become, but we just think, this apple I used to buy 100 naira, why is it now 500 naira?
Yes.
But we don't have those conversations when we look at the biscuit that used to be 1,500 and it has become 5,000 naira. So what I'm saying, I'm actually not just a health coach, I'm a health mindset coach. And it's my goal to change the way we think about things. So if we're having these conversations, continually having these conversations, people's mindsets are shifting. But there are people who would still bring us those things because we just believe that's what we do. So because we're having these conversations, we believe that there will be less of that. But even when they come into your home, however they do, the onus is on you to decide that we're not going to be, just because it came to us as a gift, we're not going to finish everything. You know, yeah, that's what I'll say. That's the balance.
I think we'll have to leave it here for today. I'm sure it's a continued conversation. We need to balance things. We need to think wellness at every point, just so that it becomes a lifestyle and something that we imbibe all the time. Thank you so much, health coach Eziaha Bolaji Olojo. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here.
You see other things that the child can truly enjoy, but really less screen, more what's the word? Less screen, more dream, yeah. Okay, so I hope that with this video, somehow I have managed to convince you. Oh, no, cut this part. Buy like the berries, what's that berry called? What's that red one? Grapes, sorry. Buy like potted tangerines, oranges. Oh no, don't say potted. You just think Fruit should stay for 50 naira. Orange must still be 50 naira. The moment, okay,